What's good, everybody? And you're watching JDN, and this is the MyNBA World episode 24. We will be looking at the teams going into the end of the regular season, and you don't want to miss the end of the episode because I will be showing the candidates to win some newly founded awards and what the playoff matchups may look like when the regular season is over. Now our first game will be the primetime matchup of the number 1 seed in the East, the Miami Heat, going up against the number 1 seed in the West, the New Orleans Pelicans. The Heat has been dominant defensively, along with the leadership of Kevin Durant and Jimmy Butler, has led the Heat to the 1st seed in the Eastern Conference. The Miami Heat was disappointing last season in the playoffs, but with pretty much the same core, the Heat are trying to run it back and actually make the finals like many analysts and fans still predict for this year. For the Pelicans, many fans don't know what to expect out of such a young core. Last season, they beat out the Grizzlies in the first round in a surprising upset without Izzy Ball. Many analysts believe the young core creates a boom or bust potential for New Orleans. Many believe the full potential of the Pelicans lies on the shoulders of Zion and Izzy Ball. For the Heat, it comes down to Kevin Durant and if he can continue to ball out when it's playoff time. At his old age, this may be Durant's last chance at a ring. In the matchup versus New Orleans, the 37-year-old nearly ended the game with a left-handed running hook shot, but with the miss, the primetime matchup will go into overtime. The Heat started to dominate overtime's opening minutes, but after a New Orleans run, the momentum was swinging into the Pelicans' hands. And with a clutch shot from the 6-man CJ McCollum, the game was tied up at 149. The third-year star Izzy Ball on the sidelines due to the Pelicans believing his defense would bring them down in the final moments. And Kevin Durant will end up getting the ball, just what the coaching staff from the Heat want, and Kevin Durant will drive on Zion, and he drills the shot right over Zion, and the Heat will take the 151-149 lead over the Pelicans with only 4 seconds left in overtime. DeJounte Murray got the ball, and he's going to waste the clock before shooting a logo 3 and missing, a frustrating way to end the game. The Pelicans not able to get a good quality look. The Pelicans could have made a statement with the win over the top Eastern Conference team and possible finals matchup, but instead the Slim Reaper ended up dominating against the Pelicans on Saturday primetime. Kevin Durant hitting the game winner in overtime and dropping 44 points on one of the league's best teams, proving that KD still has those signature performances left in them, and the Heat gained extra momentum going into the end of the regular season. Next up, we have the up-and-coming 7th seed Rockets going up against Western Conference foe, the 4th seed Phoenix Suns. The young star, or some even say superstar, Jabari Smith has been on a tear for Houston in the past 15 games, leading the Rockets in scoring and rebounding while managing to get his team from the 10th seed in the West to the 7th seed. Jabari has been averaging around 27 points a game and 10 rebounds a game in this span, and the Rockets have been on a 5-game win streak going into the match versus the Suns. The Suns' extremely talented guards, like always, have kept Phoenix winning games, but teams like the Jazz, Pelicans, and the Grizzlies have been overshadowing them recently. Many writers that follow the Suns say that they might be looking to sign up-and-coming free agents to play the center position, especially the Jazz center Jameer Ware. Ware only signed a 1-year extension with the Jazz just in case Harden may end up leaving or retiring. So the potential big three of Young, Booker, and Ware might be on the table, and it would be a huge threat to any contender. But for now, the Suns continue to dominate offensively and play scrappy on the perimeter defense. The Rockets' Jabari Smith played great versus the Suns, scoring 32 points, while the 2025 number 1 pick, OJ Tremblay, got outplayed by other rookie guard, JJ Shuttlesworth, allowing the Suns to use their guard play to take control of the match, and Phoenix end up winning an easy 126-106 game. Jabari Smith has been incredible for Houston, but many doubt the Rockets can take down the big boys in the West when it's playoff time. Next up, we have the debut of Bradley Beal on his new team, the Indiana Pacers. Bradley Beal went from one of the worst teams in the league and possibly the worst team of all time to a good 1st or 2nd round playoff team. The Pacers' new big three of Kristaps, Beal, and Halliburton has been a great way to space out the floor. Adding on shooters like Mathurin, Josh Christopher, and Jake Bean, the Pacers have found themselves as one of the best teams shooting-wise in the NBA. The Kings, however, have not found their identity. RJ Barrett has pretty much just been a way to get fans to buy tickets, and Domantas Sabonis has had many trade rumors being brought around him. The Kings have no solid future besides possibly Barrett and the third-year young playmaker Scoot Henderson. For the Pacers, Beal had a solid Pacers debut, putting up 27 points and 5 threes in Indiana. The rookie Jake Bean has been a solid Swiss Army knife player, being versatile at any playstyle or position. The Pacers head coach Rick Carlisle has been smart in the ways to incorporate Bean and newly acquired Beal. The only main concern is how good will this team be in the playoffs. The Pacers currently sitting at the 7th seed in the East. They may have to play a contender like Milwaukee, Boston, or Charlotte in the first round. Indiana will end up soundly beating the Kings 119-98, with Halliburton besting the player he was traded for. Next up, we have two young, exciting Eastern Conference teams, the Chicago Bulls going up against the Atlanta Hawks. The Trenton Flowers trade has worked wonders for this Atlanta Hawks team, gaining a potential star, giving the loyal Atlanta fans something to cheer for. Trent Flowers in this game showed possible potential as a playmaker, executing many flashy yet smart passes, while Flowers also nearly put up a triple-double in the match. The Bulls' young trio of Taylor, James, and Montgomery has been exciting, but it has not led to wins. To add insult to injury, team leader Lonzo Ball ended up suffering a season-ending wrist injury. The undrafted guard St. Montgomery will have to step it up, and he's had great potential to be a good scorer, but some analysts question the claim due to his high amount of shots and excessive touches on a struggling team. The rookie undrafted Bulls center Kai James went up against the 9th overall pick Andrew Gretsch. Gretsch had one of, if not his best performance of his career, showing out against one of the best rookie centers in the league. Andrew Gretsch forced a needed stop, then Gretsch inbounded to Flowers, the ball almost getting stolen by St. Montgomery, but Flowers ends up holding on and getting fouled. The Bulls will have a chance to tie the game. Kai James throws the ball to 3-and-D guard Sean Taylor, and Sean Taylor nearly made the moving transition 3, and games like this is what Chicago needs to win to keep their play-in hopes alive. The Hawks, led by the young duo of Trenton Flowers and Andrew Gretsch, get the tightly fought win, and Andrew Gretsch will get his flowers for his great performance, putting up a near triple-double with blocks, and having the most blocks in a single game by any rookie this season. The Hawks end up announcing that they will start Gretsch for the remainder of the regular season after this impressive performance. Now we have the reigning champion, Utah Jazz, going up against the 2nd seed in the East, the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics is a rare team that has kept their main core intact, which has paid off this season, being the 2nd Eastern Conference team to win 50 games, only behind Miami. The Celtics have been one of the league's best defensive teams, and the Jazz have been solid on defense, and what could have been a high-scoring match turned into a defensive game. The halftime score being 49-43 Utah. The Celtics' main weakness has been guarding the center position. To solve this, Boston has been trapping any big man receiving the ball in the post. But what makes Jameer Ware so unique is his ability to handle the ball and stay composed with heavy pressure. Jameer used his skill set to dominate the Celtics, scoring 34 points and 16 rebounds, clearly improving his MVP case. And the Jazz have been winning many games recently, but their slow start to the season and the large amounts of talented Western Conference teams have the Jazz sitting around the 4 to 6 seed. Jason Tatum struggled versus Utah, Miles Bridges forcing Tatum into some bad looks, but Tatum still missed many easy looks that he usually makes. The NBA's leading scorer finished the game with 23 points on 27 shots. The monster performance from Jameer leads the way for the Jazz to get a much needed win. And now we have the Denver Nuggets and the New York Knicks going up against each other in Denver. The Knicks have been depending a lot more on their two defensive centers, Mitchell Robinson and Miles Turner, since they acquired De'Aaron Fox, while Yusuf Nurkic has received less and less playing time. The Nuggets forward Cam Johnson has transformed into a sophomore star, being one of the league's best defensive players and rebounders. Cam Johnson has been one of the biggest surprises in the league, having an alright rookie campaign, but now Cam's switchability on defense has been one of the best in the NBA and has proven to be extremely valuable for Denver, helping out guys like Jokic who can focus on offense and playmaking for guys like Christian Kelly. This symbiotic relationship has really made this Nuggets team one of the best teams in the league. Even though Denver is only the 4th seed in the West, many believe that they are going to win the championship. The Knicks have slowed down from their hot start to the season, sitting at the 6th seed currently, yet only 2 games out from the 4th seed in the East. Julius Randle stepped up for New York, scoring 29 points and grabbing 7 boards versus Denver. Julius Randle taking charge to hit the clutch floater over 2 defenders. The Knicks now have a 2-point lead, but Jamal Murray kicks down low to Jokic for a clutch layup over Turner to tie up the game at 102. With just 6 seconds left and no timeouts, the Knicks are going to have to get up a quality shot without the help of Tom Thibodeau. Newly acquired De'Aaron Fox quickly goes down the floor and goes for 3, and bang! Nothing but net. De'Aaron Fox with ice in his veins. De'Aaron drills the game winner, taking the 105-102 lead with just 0.2 seconds left. And many New York fans have questioned the trade to receive Fox, but De'Aaron just silences the haters to lead the Knicks to a victory over possibly the best team in the league on their own home floor. And now for the last game of the episode will be the Charlotte Hornets going up against the new look Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn receiving Shai Gilgeous, William Wilson, and Demetrius Augustine in a 3-team trade. The 2-star shooting guards Kadon Ryan and Demetrius Augustine will be matching up tonight. And for Charlotte, they were disappointing to start the year, but when the finals hangover was over, the Hornets have gotten back on track, sitting at the 3rd seed in the Eastern Conference. But for the Nets, they have been fighting for a play-in spot. Even though they are only at the 10th seed, they are extremely talented and no play-in team wants to go up against Brooklyn. The Hornets have gone back to their winning ways due to Kadon Ryan's second half of the year performances, including a 51-point career high versus Orlando. Kadon Ryan has been averaging 26.5 points a game ever since the All-Star break, easily exceeding his 22 points a night before the All-Star break. For the Nets, forward William Wilson showed out in the dunk contest and the Rising Stars game, putting the world on notice. William Wilson scored 25 points and 11 rebounds versus Charlotte tonight, riding the momentum he gained from the All-Star breakout. The sophomore center Will O'Neal played good tonight versus Brooklyn, and with star guard duo LaMelo Ball and Kadon Ryan both fouling out, Will O'Neal and company would have to win Charlotte the game. The player who stepped up for Charlotte was star role player Andrew Wiggins, draining multiple tough threes to keep the game in reach. And after a leaning 3 in William Wilson's face, the game is close at 120-119. And with Brooklyn leading 121-119, the Hornets have the ball. They inbound to Sexton, who feeds it to Aaron Gordon, who gets denied by former first overall pick Xavier Booker. The Hornets will get the ball back with just under 3 seconds left. The play designed for Wiggins, and Wiggins will get wide open and it will go in and out, and the Brooklyn Nets will walk away with a massive win, separating them from the 11th seed Atlanta Hawks in the play-in race, while the loss for Charlotte can be placed on LaMelo and Kadon fouling out early. Now for the standings. In the West, it's a complete battlefield. Any team can climb the ladder, and when the regular season is done, the standings in the West will be completely different. For the East, it's a little more concrete, with teams like Miami, Boston, Charlotte, and Milwaukee at the top of the line, while in the play-in, teams like the Hawks and Nets will battle it out for the 10th seed. With that out the way, we have the newly founded awards. In the race for the Surprise Player of the Year, we have undrafted Bulls, St. Montgomery, and Kai James, as well as future Hall of Famer Russell Westbrook for his solid 19 points a game and 8 assists a game on an awful Clippers team, Devin Booker for his elite offensive performance through the year, and Cam Johnson for his sophomore breakout season. Cam Johnson this year has been one of the most impressive players all year, not all of his contributions showing up on the stat sheet, yet his numbers have still been very great for a sophomore, and he will be potentially the winner of the Surprise Player of the Year. The next award we have is the Offensive Player of the Year. The top 5 consisting of leading scorer Jason Tatum, Anthony Davis, who has taken the lead after LeBron's retirement, Jokic for his dominating season with the Nuggets, James Harden for his incredible playmaking talent this year, and even the young superstar Izzy Ball is a candidate for his incredible all-around offensive season with his new Pelicans team. And alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. That will be it. Thank you for watching episode 24. And if you could like and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. We're really close to 100 subs. We might be at it when this video posts, but if we're not, we're really close. And I love if you sub and like the video. It helps me out a lot. And most importantly, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys for episode 25. Peace.